Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble, on Patreon, and anything else I usually go about on Twitter X. Yesterday, I did manage to publish episode of Death Stranding, having a blast with this one. And I did watch some couple of trailers. I managed not to get spoiled from the first game in terms of story wise, and it seems to at least sort of from previews. I tried to watch a little bit there. It seems to be an improvement so far of what people played regarding the first one. So I'm pretty excited to when it comes to PC. That's Stranding 2. I will try to play it. But yeah, other than that, got completed gameplay series, 4K the most recent ones, and 1080p the most older ones there. So let's go to the news. We get kind of a compiling of the 9070 XT, kind of review in terms of comparison with the memory modules, because it seems some 9070 XTs will come with Samsung memory, and it performs a little bit worse. I think the average performs 2.5 percentage worse than the SQ Enix, I think it's called SQ Enix, yes, memories. Again, this is from 3D Mark, which is a synthetic benchmark, but usually it tries to stress a little bit the memory to see how it performs there. And again, you got a comparison here, like the wattage, and you got here again, this is in Chinese thing here, but you got um, the 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 models from AIBs and the clocks that they were working in, and basically the ones below are the Samsung ones, and these ones are SQ Enix memories. Again, in terms of gaming, I'm not sure how much difference it will make, but AMD confirms that yes, it is expected that Samsung memory modules perform a little bit worse than SQNX, mainly because of the timings of the memories themselves. But again, hopefully it doesn't affect very much the in terms of gaming performance. And if it affects, I will assume is like a handful of frames in terms of difference. Hopefully, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be a huge alarm. Again, 9070 XTs are pretty good product if they are found at MSRP. I think the situation improved a little bit after the since the launch of these GPUs. But if you really want to squeeze out the best performance out of it, if there is a way, I'm not sure if there is a way of finding on the product page if the memory modules are from SQNX or from Samsung. I really don't know exactly. Again, I assume that there's going to be a mix in some models of this AIB's GPUs, but again, for example, this one we know is an Asus one. Elite, I think it's Gigabyte. Gaming OC seems MSI, if not mistaken. This is Artwork, which is Taishi. But yeah, other brands for sure will have the Samsung modules instead of the SQNX, which again perform a little bit better than the Samsung ones. But yeah, we've got a table here. Again, I hope Google Translate can translate all of this correctly. But yeah, it's just a heads up here in case you were trying to find 9070 XT. Again, preferably SQNX memories will perform better than the Samsung ones. Then you got Tencent supposedly is looking to buy NEXON for which at this moment in time is worth around $15 billion. Again, Tencent is at this moment evaluated at 600 billion. So if they buy outright Nexon, it's not going to be a huge impact on their finances, so, hopefully. But yeah, at this moment, Nexon is more well known from Maple Story, Magi no B, again, Vindictus, and most important, Dungeon Fighter Online, which supposedly it's one of the highest grosses gaming IPs in the world, with over 22 billion earned since 2023. Again, it's one of those games. I don't know if it is a gacha game or if it is a mobile game. That again, they just do money hand over fist with this. I don't know, unknown games to me. Recently they launched Kart Rider Drift, Dave the Diver, which is a very well known game with overwhelmingly positive on the community. The finals, I heard about this game. I don't know what it is. The first Descendant, this is like the MMO stuff, which is a little bit spicy on the female side of things. And then you got the first Berserker Kazan, which is seems to be a excellent Souls-like kind of a game. But yeah, interestingly, this report comes from Bloomberg. They supposedly contacted the family of the late Nexon founder, Kim Chung-ju, who passed away in February 2022, to discuss the possibility of acquiring the company. Again, we have to wait and see how this goes. Again, Tencent, it tries to stick as many fingers on the pie as they can. Um, as a business, I think it's a smart way of going about doing business, which they recently also did manage to acquire around 15% of Helldivers to developers Arrowhead Studios. Again, they have like small amounts of ownership in a lot of studios. Again, it's a good way of doing business, which have a lot of you don't put all the eggs in the same basket when it comes to investments, and they are doing pretty well with this strategy. But yeah, uh, we'll see how this will go. Probably again, given that the Nexon founder has passed away a few years ago, I don't know if anybody in the family that I think they own basically half the company to a certain degree or more. I don't know how receptive they are or not to an offer like this. Probably, I don't know, because they are making handover fees, especially from this Dungeon Fighter Online. And probably if these games that were launched in the last couple of years, if they continue to go well, I'm not sure if they are receptive just an outbuy. Maybe there is going to be like a small investment first. I don't know, but yeah, we'll have to look for it and see how this will develops. Then we got again the continuation of MindsEye that seems to be confirmed that is a kind of a very poor game. It's such in a poor state that it's happened, which is something very rare. The last time I remember this happened with Cyberpunk, which is basically Sony is issuing refunds for MindsEye. A lot of people are coming out with proof that they asked the refund and they got the refund from this game, which indicates that the game is a very poor launch state. And then we got the developers saying they are heartbroken over the game launch. Again, I don't know how you are surprised. It seemed that you were not working on this game to be launched in a decent state. Again, I really don't understand. It seems that people that work on the game don't have an idea in what state the game is before launch. They seem very heartbroken. Again, you know that the game was not in a good shape, and then you get hacked surprised that the game had such a poor launch, a lot of refunds issued. Again, I don't know where they got this surprise from. Maybe they thought they were working in, I don't know, in the GTA game or something like that. But yeah, the simple fact that PlayStation is doing these refunds or issuing these refunds does show the poor quality of the game itself. And again, continuing with the heartbroken theme here, one of the quotes is, "They are heartbroken that not every player was able to experience the game as we intended." Again, I'm not exactly sure how was players were supposed to experience this game, because they are not experiencing anything good out of this game. So, and then they continue that they are fully committed to ensuring that all players will have a great experience, and they will continue to provide frequent and transparent updates. Again, they were so confident on their own game that there was no review copies handled to people to review the game. The reviews that we've been seeing is people that waited for the game to be launched and then play the game and then make a review out of it. So I don't know how they can act that surprised, given that they were so confident of the game that they didn't even provided any kind of review copies. Plus the fact that the week before the launch date, the CFO and another higher up just left the company out of nowhere, which shows that at least those two knew what was up there on the game there. Again, they're now promising a lot of patches and a lot of fixes. Again, the harm is done. I don't know how they can smooth out this. Again, the game seems to be built from, I don't know, 10 years ago. It doesn't seem an Unreal Engine 5 game. Very poor optimized. That there is a lot of hardware issues from memory leaks. It seems again, this game is a shit show of a state. But they supposedly are promising a lot of fixes and all that jazz. Again, the harm is done. You got a shit launch with a very poor product. Unless you can pull off something similar to Cyberpunk and to a certain extent No Man's Sky, I don't see a way of this company survive this. Again, I'm not sure if they had a good investment fund there and have some money on the back pocket to deal with this for the next project, because I think this project already burned down to the ground. Again, the story is okay, I guess. At least the premise is one of those that you got a special implant that makes you lost the memory, and then you need to find out what is all that. Again, the combat is very flimsy. Driving is seems to be the best part of the game, but still it doesn't achieve nothing out of the ordinary. Again, very bland game. We also saw it coming to a certain extent from the trailers and the fact that there was not a lot of gameplay showcase of this game even before launch. No review copies, and plus the higher ups, the CFO and other person on the higher side of the C-suite, just bailing out 1 week before the game has launched. Again, I don't see how these people were surprised and are now heartbroken because of the state of the game. Again, I think it's a poor statement to give, but what can you do? Then you got a new patch for Clair Obscur Expedition 43. Do some patches here and there. There is also now they re-released the collector's edition of the game there, which has some goodies there. Um, they also patched some difficulty stuff there, especially on the story mode. I think the parry and dodge windows were expanded a little bit more, and the damage reduced also a little bit more. Again, uh, I stuck in the middle of the gameplay because of the gameplay series that I was doing with Clair Obscur because of some issues. I assume hardware and I don't know driver issues. I stopped playing the game just because of that. Because from what I experienced, really liked what I experienced. But in the meantime, while waiting for updates and patches, I started playing Death Stranding again, and I decided to do a series out of it. So probably after Death Stranding, I will catch up with and continue with Clair Obscur in my gameplay series. I already have like a handful of episodes recorded at this moment in time. But yeah, probably when I start playing it, it will be even in a better shape now than now. Sorry. But other than that, yeah, they did a lot of bug fixes, as you can see. They highlighted some of them. But yeah, good thing to see. This game is selling well. This is a pretty good game. I do recommend from where I played. I really like the flow of the combat, something different in the turn-based space there. But yeah, you got a new patch. Just keep your game updated as always. And yeah, and then I watched yesterday the Konami showcase, whatever they are calling there. Uh, Nothing interesting, even with Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater. Again, they went through the same thing they already saw. What they did is they just announced online battle mode called Fox Hunt. Assume it's like a free for all kind of a thing there. I'm not sure if it's going to have like a team against another. Again, I don't know how will this work. And if I even play Metal Gear Solid Delta, I will stick with the offline stuff there. They also announced that or confirmed that there will be a feature of Snake versus Monkey minigame. with characters from Ape Escape. And then this is for PlayStation and Steam versions. On Xbox Series, they'll feature kind of the same kind of minigame or similar with Bomberman IP. Again, I'm not sure. I think this was on the original one, some kind of this minigame, finding out the monkeys, and I don't know what kind of things you can expect, any upgrades or something like that. I don't know. I never played this game. It's one of the few that I never played from Metal Gear Solid. But yeah, it seems to be in line that this might be a good game, hopefully. But I will wait for reviews before taking any chances with this game. And in the Konami showcase, they also showed one game of the octopus thingy, which is kind of a puzzle game. Seems interesting. I will keep my tabs on it. I didn't bring up any article here, but yeah. Other than that, we got also got at the end of the showcase the Silent Hill F, a little bit more here and there, some interviews with some developers and creative directors, and then I think after I didn't watch it till the end because I think this was announced by the end that Silent Hill 1 remake is in development from Bloober Team. Also, again, this is just announced they are working on it or in development, so it will take a while until it comes out. It seemed that Silent Hill 2 did recoup and did make some profit there to justify them to take a chance and do the same thing with Silent Hill 1. I don't remember. No, I played the Silent Hill game, which I don't remember which one it was. Long time ago. I think PS2 era or something like that, if not mistaken. I kind of enjoyed those kind of games. I think I played a little bit of the original Silent Hill 2. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but I remember going around in Silent Hill there. Um, Again, Bloober Team. From them, what I'm expecting is Chronos, the New Dawn game. That is the one that it intrigues me the most. But yeah, under this, I didn't see anything interesting there from the Konami showcase. A lot of those smaller IPs, and I don't know what kind of game. I just don't care too much about those games from Konami. But yeah, nothing more. That's why they just stick with the headliners of Metal Gear Solid Delta and the Silent Hill F announcements. It's the only thing that catch any kind of attention, at least from my perspective there. But yeah, other than that, relatively calm day yesterday. So nothing else that caught my eye in terms of news. But yeah, I will wrap up here with some gaming deals. We got still a Plague Tale duology. So Plague Tale Innocence and Requiem for sale. They can be bought in a bundle if you like, or you can buy individual for a discount. I will leave both of them on the gaming deals section of the description. We got also still Atomic Heart. We already know that already announced Atomic Heart 2 and the Cube, which is a multiplayer one. Something interesting to see, and I really want to play this game as soon as I can, so I can catch up at least with the story there. Again, 67% off in all editions. Then you got Bionic Bay. It's a recent launch from April. It's kind of a puzzle game. It seems to have some mechanics regarding time and gravity manipulation, as you can see here on the video. Very interesting, and it's got a very positive feedback from everybody. And it's at this moment in time 20% off. Very cheap game, and it seems to be a pretty good game of what it tries to do on the puzzle side of things. Got also Children Morta it's on sale, 80% off on the base game, and then we got the complete edition, 75% off. Again, isometric pixel art style, kind of roguelike game. I think it can be played in co-op if not mistaken. Yeah, it seems pretty interesting. It's one of those roguelike games that if you like this art style, I think it might be a good buy. Then we got Creep Custodian, 40% off. To some degree, play as a cat. What else can you say? But yeah, very positive feedback from everybody that played the game. Then we got Devil May Cry 5. Usually it's not my jam. I only remember playing Devil May Cry, the first one or the second one. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but at the time I did enjoy it. But yeah, this one seems to be one of the best ones, given that it has overwhelmingly positive feedback. And I think they already sold around 10 million copies from this game alone. and it at this time is 75% off. So if you like kind of those Devil May Cry action games there, I think this might be a good choice for you. We got also Dredge. It's on sale now, 50% off on the base game. And then we got the digital deluxe edition, 50% off also. Again, I think it's worth the deluxe edition there. Again, it's one of those Lovecraftian storytelling games, and you got the fishing mechanics there to justify you go around and talk to people and do some stuff there. Got Pacific Drive now on sale also. Again, the deluxe edition is on sale, 50% off. I think this is might be if you like roguelike and exploration, survival mechanics there. And then you got the character as a companion to a certain degree, which I think it's very interesting what they're trying to do here. And I really do enjoy these kind of games. Then you got Resident Evil. It's still on sale. I will leave all the Resident Evil games on the description on the gaming deals section there for you to pick and choose and complete your collection. We got Silent Hill 2 Remake. It's on sale now, 40% off. Even the digital deluxe edition is also on sale there. Again, so far, very positive, at least very positive feedback. I think the game is a little bit better on performance wise. I think again the censorship thing. Again, I don't remember very well what happened. I think there is kind of more less cleavage, and I think they altered a little bit from the original intent in terms of the alter egos of the characters that are here. But yeah, other than that, it seemed to play very better than the first one, at least in terms of graphic wise. But yeah, I'll leave up to you if you want to play the game or not. Then you got Still Wakes the Deep. It's kind of a horror game, first person, kind of running out of the horrors of a oil rig, if not mistaken. It's 50% off. Again, very positive feedback. It seems to be a pretty decent game. And they announced also Siren's Rest, which is a DLC very recently. And it will come to the game there. Again, seems pretty interesting what they're trying to do here. So I'll leave it up to you. Then you got Callisto Protocol, 85% off. Again, at this price point, I can recommend this game, no problem. Again, it's not fully patched, let's say, but it's still very playable. I did a gaming series on this one. I did manage to, at the time, claim this for free on Epic Game Store. Again, it's not a very long game, but it got some interesting stuff that they're trying to do there. But yeah, I can recommend at this price point, $8 or something like that. I think it's something that can be justified there. Uh, to a certain point, I just hope that they can continue the story because there are some cliffhangers there, and I think even the combat mechanics they are satisfying enough. Even though, again, I think people with this game thought they were having a continuation of Dead Space, which is not what it is. Even though some themes might overlap there, but yeah, a very interesting game nonetheless. Then you got the Invincible, again, 45% off. Again, already covered this yesterday. And then lastly, we got the Thaumaturge. Again, I'm very interested in playing this game to see about the detective side of things and the paranormal investigation, plus the combat that they have there. Even though it's not very focused on the combat itself, it's more about the conversations and the investigation side of things that they focus more here. But seems to have some interesting stuff with the combat there. 45% off. And yeah, I'll wrap up here for today with a plug on my Patreon as usual. The extra support is more for me to try and get around getting a better storage solution so I can have backups of the stuff that I do for my clients. And of course, some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.